Hey guys, can you believe it's already week 6 of distance learning? Time's going by really, really quickly. All right, so I have good news. This week, we're only going to do lessons 24, 25, and 26. And you know why? Because we're going to be done with Module 7 after that, and we move to Module 8. So listen again. 3 more lessons, 24, 25, and 26 this week, and next week we are moving to Module 8. I hope you enjoy these last lessons. Lesson 24. For today's lesson, you will be using a ruler, your pencil, and your workbook. Let's read our objective together. It says, I can draw a line plot to represent the measurement data. I can relate the measurement scale to the number line. Today we're starting with application problem. So if you don't have it, pause the video, go get your workbook, and come back. Page 277. Let's read the application problem together. It says, Mike, Denise, and April all collected coins from a parking lot. When they counted their coins, they had 24 pennies, 15 nickels, 7 dimes, and 2 quarters. They put all the pennies into one cup and the other coins in another. Which cup has more coins and how many more? Okay, so let's pretend that this is one cup and this is the other cup, because it says they put all the pennies into one cup and the other coins in another. So what is going to go in here? The 24 pennies, right? Because that's what they put. So pennies. Then they put 24 pennies, 15 nickels, so 15 and for nickels, 7 dimes, and 2 quarters. Now, it says, which cup has more coins? Now remember, it's not talking about the total value of the money. They just want to know about the coins. So this cup has how many coins? 24. This cup has 15 and 7 and 2. So you have to figure out what 15 plus 7 plus 2 is. So let's figure that out to see how many coins are inside this cup. We already know that 7 and 2 makes what? 9. So now we can easily add 15 plus 9. I am going to make a 10, so I'm going to give 1 to 9, so that leaves me with 14. That way I can make a 10. 1 plus 9 equals 10, and 14 plus 10 equal 24. So that means that they have the same number of coins? They have 24 altogether and 24? That's weird. But I did my math correctly. So which cup has more coins? They both have the same, right? And how many more? Well, not many more because they are both equal. So our sentence can say both cups have 24 coins. And we're done. This table that you see here is our handspan table. So remember on our last lesson, we had to measure our handspan. Remember that? Okay, so I made my own and this is what I got. I put a table where it says handspan on one side. Remember, we measured in inches. And on the other side, I put tally marks. And this is what I got. Now, who remembers what this down here is? A number line, yes. And what do we use number lines for? We can use them to help us add or subtract, count forwards, count backwards. Yes. Now, I want you to look at this number line very carefully because it looks a little different than what we're used to. And tell me, what do you notice about this number line? It starts at 0. Our number line supposed to start at 0? Yes, that's normal. What else? What weird noise do you notice? It starts, what's the next number after 0? 3. You see that? Then it goes to 4, 5, 6, right? Well, our data, if you look at our data, it doesn't start at 1. Nobody's handspan was 1 inch. Nobody's handspan was 2 inches. My data started on the number 3. And because it starts on the number 3, that's why I put 3 as a starting point right here. But we can only do that if we make sure that we put 2 slashes in between the 0 and the number 3. These 2 slashes that you see right here, they show that we are skipping some numbers. So it's okay if we skip some numbers as long as we put our 2 slashes right here. That's cool, right? Now let's make our own line plot. So if you need to pause the video, go get a piece of paper and your pencil and come back when you're ready. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is copy the number line that was there since we don't have the picture of it, right? So I'm going to put it right about in the middle of the paper. I'm going to make a line just like that. And then I'm going to mark this as my 0. Remember, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see it better. There we go. We mark this as a 0. We have to make our slashes just like that. And remember what it started with? Look at your data. What does it start with? 3. That's why we put our slashes because we are starting on 3. And then make your 4, 5, 6. If you need to pause the video so that you can do it yourself, that's fine. 7 and 8. There we go. Now, the same way we give bar graphs a title, we always give a number plot a title. So we're going to call this one here class handspans because that's what we're doing. So I'm going to, at the top of the paper, I'm going to put class handspans. There we go. Okay. Now, trying to make this so you can see it better. Now, to show our data, we put an X for each of our tally marks above the number of inches our handspans were and write the unit of measurement. So again, maybe that was a little confusing. So for each tally, instead of writing tallies, we make an X, okay? But first, what did we measure with? Inches. So down here, I have to write what I measured in. I measured in inches, just like that. So make sure that you write it, that you measured in inches. Okay, so those are the 3 things that your line plot needs. The title, the number line, and what you measured in. Okay, so now let's complete our line plot. How many 3 inches do you see? How many tallies? 2. So on my 3, I'm going to put 1 X, 2 X's. Remember, we use X's. Now, how many 4 inches? we have 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now how many 5 inches? Ooh, for those we have 5, 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. For 6, we have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. For 7, do we have any for 7? Nope, so we just leave it alone. For 8, we have 1. And we have just completed our line plot. How cool is that? Now we're ready to answer questions on our data. So I want you to tell me, what information can you see in your line plot? Just by looking at it, what information can you see right away? I see that most people have 5-inch hand span, right? There's a lot more people in the 5 or 6-inch hand span than 7 or 8. Look at 7 or 8. 7 has 0 and 8 has just 1, right? And the starting point of the labels is the shortest measurement. Look at the starting point, shortest measurement, right? And the end point is the longest measurement. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do another one. I hope you like these because I sure do. For this one, if we were all together in the classroom, we would be measuring how long our shoes are right now. But since we're not, we're going to have to use the graph that I have right here because we're not together, okay? So let's pretend we measured how long our shoes are in centimeters instead of inches this time, okay? So I already have my table, I already collected my data, and now I'm going to make my table, my line plot, right? Forgot the name. Okay, so I have my paper right here. I just turned it from the front. I just turned it to the back. You can do the same thing. Have my paper right here, and I'm going to make my line first. So remember, right here on this red line, I'm just going to start there. Why not? Oops, there. Make my line and end it on the other line so I can see it better. Now, don't forget your 2 dashes because we're not going to start on 1. Look at the data. Are we starting on 1? No, right? So we have to put our 2 dashes. Now, who remembers what else I'm missing? So I have my line, my number line. What else do I need to do? Oh, yes, our title, right? So let's title this one shoe measurement, okay? So let's do, or shoe length. Let's do shoe length because it's to see how long, okay? So shoe, this pen is not working good. Length, shoe lengths. There's our title. What else are we missing? Ooh, yes, we need to write down here what we're measuring in. Remember I said we're not measuring in inches. This time we're measuring in centimeters. Very good. And we are missing our numbers, aren't we? Now, as you can see here, I purposely, which means on purpose, put them all mixed up, the numbers. See how it first starts with 26 and then 20 and then 21, 19, 22. So you have to figure out which one would be my first number to put. Who can tell me? 19, right? So right here, I'm going to put 19 because we're starting, oh, I forgot my 0. There we go. 0, 19. Now remember, we're starting at 19. That's where we put our 2 slashes right here. Now we have to go from 19 all the way to what number? What's our biggest number we have there? 26, right? So 19, I'm going to make these smaller because I may need more space. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. It's okay if you have space left over. So now we're ready. If you need to pause the video so that you can make your number line, you can. Okay? So now we're ready to do our tally marks. It is up to you. You can start at 26 or you can start at 19, whichever one you prefer to do. I'm going to start at 19. Okay, so I'm going to do 19. How many tallies do we have for 19? Just one. How many tallies do we have for 20? We have 3, so we make 3 X's. For 21, we also have 3. 1, 2, and 3. For 22, we have 0. 23, 0. 24, 0. 25. Oh no, for 22 we have 2, right? My bad. 2. 23, 0. 24, 0. 25, 0. 26, 1. And now I am done. I don't like how that looks there, so I'm going to put it down here so we can see it better. Now we're done with our line plot, right? So, oopsie. So now I am ready to answer some questions. I'm ready to answer questions. Well, let's see. What questions can I ask this time? I hope you were able to create your line plot. What pattern do you see in this line plot? What pattern? I see that most of the length of the shoes are right around here, right? Between 20 and 21 centimeters. This is where the most of the data is. Not a lot of people, or no people are in these numbers, 24, 25, and 26, and only one person is 26, right? So that's the information that this line plot is telling me. Very good. Look at us, we made it to our problem set. So we're already on our problem set, and you're going to do the same thing that we were doing earlier. You're going to use your data in the tables to create a line plot and answer questions. For some reason, my number line is wrong. We know we don't start with 1, we always start with 0. And that's supposed to be a 0 right there, sorry. So yeah, it's time for our problem set. So I want you to do the same thing. Just look at the numbers and put the tally marks, look at the tally marks and put the X's on your number line, and then answer the question. And then you go to the next page on the problem set, do the same thing, and then your exit ticket. I hope you enjoyed this lesson as much as I did, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.